Yes, good evening. My name is Wallace Gator Bradley, and I'm the host of the Bradley Report. I'm also the president of United in Peace, Inc., and we got a very interesting show. We're going to keep it moving, going to move real fast, because things you got to hear. Okay, we know that migrants have came to Chicago from Texas. You're going to hear what the mayor got to say about that. And I'm going to show a piece of the tribute to my friend, mentor, spiritual leader, Prince Asiel Ben Israel. And I'm going to share with you the interview that I did with Mayor Lori Lightfoot. This show was put together by none other than the chairman of United in Peace, Inc. She's the director and the producer. And her name is Terry Marsh Bradley. And I'm so blessed that she's my wife. And the technical wherewithal is being done by Brother Omari. So without further ado, Brother Omari, let's start it off with the tribute to Prince Asiel. Yes, sir.
Third and the people of Trinity. It's my great honor to be here, surrounded by so many distinguished leaders, to celebrate the life and legacy of the late but great Prince Asiel Ben Israel. Chicago's long been a home to Black genius and talent, and Prince was truly a testament to that fact. It's critically important when the Lord calls home a strong Black man,
yes, sir,
one who stood tall his whole life in his commitment to creating and highlighting Black excellence. We must gather in humble reverence and celebration to a life well lived. A life lived not for himself, but for the benefit of all Black people. As a proud son of the South Side, Prince spent much of his life supporting Black people here in Chicago and truly around the world. He was a courageous freedom fighter and passionate religious leader who strongly believed that people were put on this earth to love and serve one another, beliefs that were consistent with the scriptures of the Old Testament. These beliefs and a strong faith distinguished him in our city and around the world, and made him incredibly instrumental in bringing Chicago's Black Hebrew Israelite community together. And outside of our city, Prince was known as an incredible international ambassador of the African Hebrew Israelite
yes,
nation.
you better listen. Better listen.
If you don't know his story, and you should, I commend you the beautiful obituary and history and biography in Indigo magazine, written by Romaine Hartman, who is here today. It is a beautiful legacy to you. We know that Prince was also a successful entrepreneur and businessman, and throughout his incredible career, he held a number of titles, including board member of the International United Black Fund, coordinator of the African Development Program's private volunteer organization, and director of its international fundraising projects, special economic advisor to the World Conference of Mayors, and advisor to the U.S. Congressional Black Caucus. Here in our city, he was also part of the African American Clergy Network of Chicago, and of course, we know, the co-founder of the original Soul Vegetarian. In 1981, Prince and his beautiful wife, Johanna, who is here with us, co-founded this legendary vegan restaurant on the south side of Chicago. And in the decades since, the restaurant has attracted countless customers from across the world. I had the distinct pleasure of joining Prince, Madam Brown, and their children last June to cut the ribbon on their renovated restaurant, which was renamed Soul Veg City. And ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, I've had many memorable moments in my time as mayor. But being there in that moment, to see the celebration of family and friends and people who understood the power and importance of this great man in our city, one of the most memorable occasions of my time as mayor, and one that we memorialized in a beautiful photograph, and one that I will carry forward with me for the rest of my days. I was particularly proud to bear witness to Prince's legacy as manifest in his beautiful children.
Yes.
They are incredible and are carrying on his legacy in their own way, and we need to salute them as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to say these final words in closing. I encourage each and every one who is here and hear my voice to answer to a higher calling than yourself, just as Prince did. He was unapologetic about the beauty and greatness of Black people. He categorically rejected each and every narrative that portrayed any of us as less than what we are, as less than the beautiful people that we are, who have built this country and built a legacy about which we and our children and our children's children should be proud.
Yes.
And we must do the same. We can't let people portray us in anything but what we are. That's important. I know he lived that, and I know he wants that to be part of his continuing legacy. We stand here today because of the life that he lived. But importantly, we stand here today because he has passed the baton to each and every one of us.
You better
He has
listen.
run the journey and run it well. And now it's up to us to continue to run that race with a faster and harder pace, because there is more work that must be done. God bless this great man. God bless the legacy that he has left to our city. And God bless each and every one of us. It is an honor to be here with you. It's an honor to celebrate his life and the life of his family. I have a proclamation that I will give to his children on behalf of the city of Chicago. Thank you very much.
Family, there is another family that will be having a service in this sanctuary. So I'm really begging you to please stay in your time. Resolutions, please read your resolution and pass it on to our children. We are going to be having a repast at our restaurant, and we will have all the time since we own that space to be there and to have remarks. We will still have another time to share. I just have to ask you, please take time. We have to be out of here by 12:30, and if we are not on time, we have a eulogy, a Reverend Hunt. We have special remarks from the honorable minister, and we have to have time for us to leave this space. So please, if you're giving a resolution, come and read your resolution and pass it to the children. And when I call you to give remarks, please stay within the 2-minute time. So the next person that I call, please come with your resolution. Quickly. Thank you so much.
Third, and the people of Trinity. It's my great honor to be here, surrounded by so many distinguished leaders, to celebrate the life and legacy of the late but great Prince Asio Ben Israel. Chicago has long been a home to Black genius and talent, and Prince was truly a testament to that fact. It's critically important when the Lord calls home a strong Black man,
Yes, sir.
one who stood tall his whole life in his commitment to creating and highlighting Black excellence. We must gather in humble reverence and celebration to a life well lived. A life lived not for himself, but for the benefit of all black people. As a proud son of the South Side, Prince spent much of his life supporting black people here in Chicago and truly around the world. He was a courageous freedom fighter and passionate religious leader who strongly believed that people were put on this earth to love and serve one another, beliefs that were consistent with the scriptures of the Old Testament. These beliefs and his strong faith distinguished him in our city and around the world and made him an incredibly instrumental in bringing Chicago's Black Hebrew Israelite community together. And outside of our city, Prince was known as an incredible international ambassador of the African Hebrew
Yes,
Israelite
yeah.
nation.
You better listen. Better listen.
If you don't know his story, and you should, I commend you the beautiful obituary and history and biography in Indigo magazine, written by Romaine Hartman, who is here today. It is a beautiful legacy to you. We know that Prince was also a successful entrepreneur and businessman, and throughout his incredible career, he held a number of titles, including board member of the International United Black Fund, coordinator of the African Development Program's private volunteer organization, and director of its international fundraising projects, special economic advisor to the World Conference of Mayors, and advisor to the U.S. Congressional Black Caucus. Here in our city, he was also part of the African American Clergy Network of Chicago, and of course, we know the co-founder of the original Soul Vegetarian. In 1981, Prince and his beautiful wife, Johanna, who is here with us, co-founded this legendary vegan restaurant on the south side of Chicago. And in the decades since, the restaurant has attracted countless customers from across the world. I had the distinct pleasure of joining Prince, Madam Brown, and their children last June to cut the ribbon on their renovated restaurant, which was renamed Soul Veg City. And ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, I've had many memorable moments in my time as mayor. But being there in that moment, to see the celebration of family and friends and people who understood the power and importance of this great man in our city, one of the most memorable occasions of my time as mayor, and one that we memorialized in a beautiful photograph,
You know,
and one that I will carry forward with me.
that was wonderful what the mayor was saying. Mr. Faircon was there. He spoke. A lot of other dignitaries were there. But a lot of y'all know that the Shah Greer, that's what I call him, what my wife calls him, what my children call him. He was a great man, Prince Asiel. Great leader. But I was blessed by God to watch his harvest when it comes to his family. And they ready to carry on with his legacy. But I want to share something else with you that's profound and that's key. I know we got election coming November the 8th, 2022, a very important election. And I'm asking you to please re-elect J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, elect Alexi Janulius, the Secretary of State of Illinois, elect the whole Democratic ticket November 8th, 2022. Especially elect Jonathan Jackson as the first congressional district congressman. But there's an election coming up in 2023 February 28th, I believe, 2023. A very important election, municipal election. There's a lot of people that want to run, that's qualified to run, but there's only one that's in the race. I'm talking about the mayoral race that's in the race. And that's who has the experience to be the mayor. And that's Lori Lightfoot, the mayor of Chicago. And I'm asking you to re-elect Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. I was fortunate to be able to interview her on August the 30th to the Bradley Report Live. I want to share this interview with you. Brother Omari, got the mayor here today. She's doing what's very important today because this is the first day, my viewing audience, that you got a chance to sign a petition to put this woman, well, I can't say back to work, you're still working, to put this woman back in office. Ma'am, with all the wonderful things that you're doing, one of the things that a lot of the people in the community don't fully understand is the Southwest thing.
Yeah.
So could you explain that for me, please?
Sure. What was very clear to me, living in Chicago as long as I had, and particularly when I was running, is that the south and west sides of Chicago, which you know means black and brown Chicago, were just severely underinvested in. So I determined that if I had the possibility of becoming mayor, that one of the first things I was going to do was figure out a way in which we can infuse the neighborhoods on the south and the west side with actual economic development. Now, to be clear, a lot of these communities had very important plans, economic development plans, quality of life plans, but what they were missing is support from the mayor's office and the resources to make it happen. And we didn't want to do one and done investments. We wanted to do investments that we call catalytic, meaning transformative, that it would lead to a whole block or a couple blocks or a street or a commercial corridor to be invested. So we did a lot of research, a lot of study, and what I can tell you is now almost 3 years in, we started out with a goal of $750 million of city dollars invested in the neighborhoods. We have now, by the end of this year, we'll be at $2 billion of city dollars, but private partnership. And that private partnership, yeah, man, we said, look, and when we announced this program in the fall of 2019, our hope was that we would put $750 million in over 3 years, and that we would attract another couple 100,000, I was hoping, in private capital. Invest Southwest has been even more successful than I could have imagined. Number one, we've way exceeded what our financial estimates were. We will be seeing $2 billion by the end of this year. Now,
that's $2 billion, y'all, not $2 million.
My friend. But even better is we are seeing in the in specific investments that we are making to transform vacant buildings and properties. We have development teams that we required to reflect the diversity of those neighborhoods. So what that means is people working in your neighborhoods look like you and share your lived experience, but that also has opened up other opportunities for those development teams. We have development teams that are working on 30, 40, 50, and even higher millions of dollars project that they've never been able to do before, and then leverage that to get even more work. The other important thing to know is that we required that each and every one of these projects that we are investing money in have permanent jobs, not just the jobs in the construction, but permanent jobs for residents in those neighborhoods. So I'm very proud of the work that we've done.
One of the things I want my viewing audience to know, you've been hearing about food deserts. I know you was working with this young man where he was able to get not a couple, but a few.
Yes. So we are working with a company called Yellow Banana. Kind of a funny name, but they've got a very serious purpose. They're going into, again, neighborhoods on the south and the west side and taking save-a-lots that sometimes are good, sometimes not so good, and converting those into high-quality grocery stores. Affordable, but also making sure that healthy food are coming out of those save-a-lot stores. And we put our money where our mouth is. We've invested over $13 million on those Save-A-Lot, Save-A-Lot stores with Yellow Banana. They're going to transform them and make them better for people in those neighborhoods. But we've got more work that we are doing because the food deserts are real, and we got to make sure we eliminate them, and we're working hard to make sure that that happens.
Man, I know you're busy. I thank you for allowing me this time. But one of the most important things, you didn't run when I said, Mayor, I'm with you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. I want to say, to God be the glory. That's our story. Let's get out there. Let's do the work. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Why are you here?
I am here today for numerous reasons, but because I am a woman and I'm a Latina woman, and the mayor supports equality for everyone, especially for women's rights. So not too long ago they were trying to take some of our rights away, and she really fought for us. She stands with us, and just for me being Hispanic and being able to come out here and have equality for jobs and just to do what I need to do to make my life better and to help others make life better, she stands with us. She's down to earth. She's a great woman.
Hey, I'm the host of the Bradley Report. I'm a full supporter of the mayor.
Good.
And I just want to hear what the people got to say. Because at the end of the day, it was the people from 50 wards that put her there.
Okay.
Okay. And what organization are you with?
Sewell Point.
Sewell Point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Point up. Hey, first off, you being an African American man, I hear her concern. I stand with her 100% because I come out the womb of a woman. But personally, share with me what you feel is why you feel is very important for the mayor to run for re-election.
Well, it's important because, for one, the mayor understands that we all not just people, we human beings. And then how they were able to come together in unison for their rights. And that's what it's about. It's about respecting life. And so, and the reason why I'm here is because I want to be the message that I bring.
My man.
I want to be the change. So if I want to see change, it got to start with me.
So you want to do what they say?
Yes.
Walking like you talk.
Walking like I talk.
You know, one thing for sure, it was the people that elected her last time, all 50 wards. And with so many people running, I saw all their names, all their credentials, everybody got a right to run. But one of the things I saw out of all the names, she was the only one that had on her resume the mayor. Everybody else had never been the mayor. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I want to thank you for allowing me to interview you and others. I'm going to put this on my show so everybody can say and see that it's we the people that elect.
Yes.
And one thing for sure, I'm riding with Lori, just like y'all. Thank you. You know, it's wonderful to see a brother that's out there talking about security and got a right to bear arms because of public safety. I say that because I'm a former criminal that got a pardon. You know what I mean? So it's very important for them to see that black man can secure a community. With this election that's happening now, let my viewing audience know what you feel would be a part that you and the guys that you have to help secure Chicago.
So our game plan is to secure a safe environment always. So when we come on the scene and still anything with running this election, we feel like that more policing, community policing will engage with more community relationships. So we believe as security officers, we feel like as we engage within our communities that we work within, that we have the same respect and accountability that we would stop violence. We could help end some violence that's going on around us. So therefore, we pushing behind the mayor and we pushing for her with this re-election because we want to continue our path and saving the streets the way we've been doing it so far.
And I like the way that you're doing it. A lot of people complain, a lot of people bitch. But the name of the game is, if you don't present yourself to get to the table, you won't even be able to read the menu. I want to say to God be the glory. Gator Bradley is what I do. Google me like I Google you. Tell them the name of your organization.
The name of the organization is, I wear two hats, MKB Business Strategist LLC. That's what we building affordable housing up under the city of Chicago. As we doing affordable housing in the city of Chicago to make sure we can provide equitable and sustainable communities with economic development and having an arm to reduce crime through affordable housing and creating jobs.
You know, the wonderful thing that I know, to my viewing audience, he's no stranger to me. Me and this man go from New York to Washington, D.C. As a matter of fact, we already got our plane ticket for the Congressional Black Caucus. Okay? Maxine Waters is a friend of ours.
Right.
Okay? The thing that I love about you, man, you walk it like you talk it.
Yeah, it's just been a blessing.
You know what I mean?
It's been a
And the thing is, you take a lot of brothers that were ex-felons or returning citizens.
Yes.
You show them how they can learn a trade to the point they don't just see a floor. You show them how they appreciate the floor because you show them how to put a floor from off the ground together.
That's right. That's right. That's
You
right.
have them to prevent. You have them to create housing.
That's right.
Instead of creating sales.
That's it.
I want to say, man, you know I love you, man, like a brother, for real.
Right back at you. You
Right,
know,
man.
right.
Hey, man, and tell your wife, man.
That's all.
Because we're going to be there together. When y'all hear me talking about I be stepping with my big sister, this is my real big sister, my blood sister. Could you spell your name for me, Patty?
My name is Gator Bradley, B, capital B-R-A-D-L-E-Y. Let's step for Lori. Let's step for Lori.
And I love you. Hey,
Love you back.
hey, Patty, as a matter of fact, that's what we're going to do later on.
Okay.
Why is this campaign so important to you that you would take away from your busy schedule of enjoying yourself to come to let my viewing audience know why it's important to sign that petition and get on the ballot?
Okay, I'm riding with Lori for several reasons. First and foremost, is because she's given us 4 years, we need 4 more. She got us to this point, and we need to go further, move further along. So the present leads us to the future.
And with that, this is the Bradley Report. To God be the glory. That's our story. Now let's go do some stepping for Lori.
Okay, let's step one. Step in the name of Lori.
Thanks, man. I heard her say some wonderful things about you. I heard you say some wonderful things about her. But could you let my viewing audience know why it's important for us to work together to help her get another term, and it starts with the signing of the petitions?
Well, it's important to the plumbers for one simple reason. Lori believes in this organization, my members and their families. She believes in a skilled workforce. That's why we're in this beautiful state-of-the-art apprenticeship building. Our members make a good wage. They have good benefits because of Plumbers Local 130, and she's a proponent of working people. And it's paramount. The plumbers will work tirelessly to get Lori reelected.
My man, you know, for my viewing audience, y'all know I'm riding with Lori too. Make no mistake about it. But one thing I do know, out of all the people that I see that's running, everybody got a right to run. When you look at their resumes, she the only one that has on her resume that she's a mayor.
Well said, Gator.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
The name of the organization is One Real Freedom, and what we do in
You know, I wanted to share that with you to let you know that the mayor is accessible to the people and to remind the people that it was the mayor, it was the people that elected the mayor. I got 2 minutes. I want you to hear this right here. Come down, son, Brother Murray. Right there, hit that right there. Thank you. And I'm gonna
You
wind
deserve
up this
more
show.
internet than what you get from just yourself.
You know, it was the people that elected the mayor. And then this guy from Texas sent in the migrants here to Chicago, and the mayor showed her humility. And I want you to hear this right here.
More migrants arrive in Chicago, Mayor Lori Lightfoot urges Texas governor to collaborate. A group of men stand outside Union Station after arriving on a bus with other migrants sent by Texas Governor Greg Abbott on August 31, 2022, in Chicago. Armando L. Sanchez / Chicago Tribune. Mayor Lori Lightfoot encouraged residents to help support a second wave of migrants who arrived Sunday afternoon by bus in Chicago and urged Texas Governor Greg Abbott to collaborate on a more humane transition. The new group was shipped to the city by Abbott as part of an effort to criticize the nation's immigration policies and relieve what he says are overburdened border towns in his state. For weeks now, Abbott, a Republican, has been sending busloads of migrants who crossed the border in Texas to Washington, D.C., New York City, and now Chicago. The first group arrived Wednesday. Lightfoot, in a Sunday evening news conference, said she is frustrated with Abbott for not collaborating and cooperating with the city to provide any support. He tries to send human beings, not cargo, not freight, but human beings across the country to an uncertain destination, Lightfoot said. He is manufacturing a human crisis, and it makes no sense to me. Migrants bust from Texas face uncertain futures after long journey. Afternoon briefing. The new group arrived around 4:15 p.m., and the mayor said she stood ready to help welcome them with dignity and respect. They need shelter, they need warm food, we're making sure that there are no medical issues with any of the folks there, we're doing for them what we would do for any vulnerable resident here in the city of Chicago, Lightfoot said. The mayor praised several nonprofit organizations, including the Salvation Army, the Resurrection Project, the National Immigrant Justice Center. There is a long list of people who have stepped up in this moment and shown what Chicago is really about, Lightfoot said. Chicago will provide safe haven for migrants bused by Texas Governor Abbott. The city of Chicago set up a website with information on how to volunteer or make a donation. Gift cards, new clothing, athletic shoes, hygiene kits, diapers, backpacks, baby formula, blankets, books for children in Spanish and strollers are among the list of essential items needed. Tat Turner at chicagotribune.com. Copyright 2022, Chicago Tribune. Copyright 2022, Chicago Tribune.
You know, that was a righteous thing that the mayor did. And I know that her, Governor J.B. Pritzker, and the President Biden are working together, hand in hand. And like she stressed, she's working with other community organizations. I just want to say this as I wind this up. It's important that you vote. Vote for whomever you want to vote for. But in 2022, November 8th, make sure you vote for J.B. Pritzker for the governor, Alexis Janulius for the Secretary of State, the whole Democratic ticket, especially Jonathan Jackson for the first congressional congressman. And 2023, vote for the re-election of Mayor Lori Lightfoot. If you see people with the petitions, sign them.